Hi everyone. Just a I've got another monthly update. It's probably a couple of this month. A couple of things have happened which have been really good news. As some of you know, we're doing a Brahma-6 project. It's to bring a low-cost 360 recording system using the Xiaomi Yi cameras. There's, as you know, I'm working on software, hardware, all kinds of things for the whole scenario. And at the moment, I'm in beta. So if you go to the Shapeways site and order it, you only pay the cost of printing, which is keeping the cost down. It doesn't mean, of course, you've got to get your own bits and pieces like screws and cables and all that kind of thing. However, obviously, I'm working on a complete package. So I do have software in place. It's not quite finished yet. I also have some changes later on for version 2 of this system. Anyway, something really interesting has happened in the last week. As you know, I've now sold 15 of the Brahma-6s, so people are actually starting to use these. I also had a negative response from someone who did buy it. And so we're looking into that now because it's to do with stitching. Yes, it's like I think with all these rigs, stitching is still not perfect. I'm welcome any kind of feedback, to the point that I think this guy was unhappy. I've offered to give him his money, even though I didn't make anything, but I've offered to refund his money. I'll buy it off of him, basically. I can't do that with everyone, obviously, but it was mentioned, and most people have been very positive about it, and but I'm taking it on board. However, I can't reproduce the problems anyway. I did one little thing, but he did make a very good point. We've tried to keep the cameras as close as we can, but there is because of the way that to actually mount the cameras, if you've actually made one of these, to actually mount the cameras and hold them in position, it's quite hard to get them really close together. I think I could pull them in about another 5-10 millimeters together, and I am going to look into that. There is other. I'm quite happy to even show you other rigs. There's another rig. It's an aluminium one out there, which looks quite nice, which I could have actually put on the screen, but unfortunately I didn't. There is another rig out there, and I'll be completely open with people. To let everyone know what's going on, but my results have been quite good. Anyway, that's beside the point. So there's a couple of little updates I want to do, and also to show you something new. First of all, if you look on the right screen, you can see this is my site. Just a couple of things. I've got a as you probably know, I've got a website, vrexperience.net. I've also got a Facebook page. So if you search for VR Experience, you can find my Facebook page. It'd be nice to get some more likes on there, people too, and also it'd be a nice way. I'd like if anyone who's actually bought the rigs, if they can like the page and actually communicate with me, because these changes might not find out about this stuff, and if you keep an eye on my Facebook page, you can see all the changes I'm making, which I think hopefully are going to be good for people. I know this bit's going to be interesting in a second. Right, so before I start on the new interesting bit, let me just show you something. I've seen what I think is possibly one of the best uses of 360 video at the moment, done by I think a Japanese, no, I do apologise, a company, God, was it South Korean company. I've done it for the new Golf. So I got Phil to write a story for the site, but it's a 360 and it's all done in CGI. Let me just run this up for you because, in fact, no, actually, I've got it on another page here. Look, okay, so let's run this. This is amazing, but you need to obviously see this in VR with a headset. But just to give you a quick feel for it, so it goes on a few seconds. I'm not going to show all of it. I'm just going to show a little bit, give you a feel for this, so you can see I can scroll around and stuff like that. It's amazing in headsets. So yeah, it all comes together. It all gets fixed on. But I think this is the future of advertising for virtual reality. It's just amazing. There you go. So straight in the car. Okay. I don't want to spoil any surprises. If you see, right, I'm going to stop it there. Go and have a look. You should be, hopefully from the video you can see the link at the top. I've got it on obviously my site, and it's also on my Facebook page, so go and have a look at that. Here's the VR Experience page. Just search for VR Experience. I'd like to get my likes up. Would be quite nice, but more importantly than that, is that what I want to do is I want to use it as a communication tool for people who are, even if you haven't bought my rig, I don't care. If you're using the Xiaomi Yis and my experience can help you, then get onto Facebook page, etc., or on Twitter. I think I'm Cluster UK on there, actually, funny enough. But get in touch and then keep, and see this. Right, so let's get on to the really interesting stuff now. Right, one of the things is obviously he's always been with the cameras is starting them all at the same time. Now, one of the guys that bought the camera, John Sims, we got in touch over Facebook, and because he bought the camera and then he's got it all in, and he's actually using the system as well. But he's also like myself. It's really strange. We both do the same thing for a living. Because believe it or not, I don't do this for a living. There's still a hobby at the moment. But he got in touch and we started chatting. And he pointed me towards a site now. I don't know if any of you have seen Dashcam. They do a lot of stuff. They use the Xiaomi's for a car, dash camera. But there's guys on there doing some really clever stuff. And pointing me to some really interesting information. Now, two things first of all. I was given a script that allowed me to, instead of having an individual Xiaomi become the Wi-Fi hotspot and you get your phone and you connect to it, etc, etc, etc. I've now got the scripts, and I will make all this available to people. Okay, no problem at all. I've now got a script that you can pop onto the camera. Okay, you put it into root like I did with the patch. Some of you may have seen the patch, and I've got to tweak it so you can have the 1600 as well as this. But basically what it does is it logs the cameras as a client on an existing Wi-Fi router. Okay, that's the first thing. Now there's software on Windows that you can run and can control the camera, to do the settings, etc from Windows. You can also multi-start, kick them all off. Well, that's all very well, but no, most people don't have their computer unless you're taking your laptop. Most people don't have the computer with them on, when you're doing the recording. But we do have our phones, and this is where it gets interesting. So, what we need to do is we need to set up a Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, now this only works. I've only tested it on Android. Okay, I've only tested on Android. And I bought this. So for now, all this is Android. If you've got iPhone, I'm sorry. For now, it's only Android. But I'm sure if you go on and have a look and see if you might be able to do the same thing, maybe this other app as well may come on there. So first thing you need to do, and I'm going to do this, it might take a little bit of time this bit, I want to show you actually working. Okay, so you can see exactly the process and what's going to happen. Because the rig's sitting there, and I'm going to test this and record myself as well. But I want to show you what's going on. So, right, first things first. I'm just going to switch over. Let's see if I can get the right camera. Yeah, let's go to this one because right, here we go. So I'm just going to go to my. Okay. So you should be able to see this now. I've got a Fox 5. Now I've paid to register this. Sorry, the camera keeps stopping for some reason. So you can see I've got the Fox 5 running on here. Now I'm just going to press activate. Okay. And no, I'm actually going to. Oh yes. Hotspot active. Right. So that's now active. Now I've got to go away from them. This is my friend said. Why are you walking away? Right. I'm going to go and turn these on. Okay. Now it doesn't turn them on. You got to do that still. So, right, while that's doing that now, what that's doing is it's turning all the cameras on. Well, we know that, right? But what it's also doing in the background, it's logging into this. Now, if you look at this, I've set a network name as Brahma, and a password is, on this case, Brahma-99. Now, what these will do, these will set themselves up on now they're using this as a Wi-Fi router now. Okay, now at some point, now this is the bit that takes a little bit of time, a few seconds. Here we go. Right, can you hear all that? They're all now connecting up. Oh, go away. Right, they're all now connecting up. Now, in a few seconds, here we go. You see more attaching to the phone. There you go. One more. So that's 5 cameras. Now, this is the one with the adapter. You remember in a previous video I was talking about. So I've got my new adapter on it because I like the vertical stitching. Okay. Now it's all happy now, so that's all ready to go. Yes, I know. All right. Might want to change the volumes a little bit. Anyway, so there is a few seconds set up now. Okay. But hopefully, it's just the once. I mean, if you're doing some video. But here's where it gets really interesting now. So we've got the Fox 5. That's all set up. So now they're all connected to this. Now, if I switch applications, I've now got this new application, which is, let me put it on this, and let me go back to this screen for you. Right. If you go to this page, and I will put the links on here, okay? It's a program called, it's by, I don't know the guy's name actually. Anyway, it's on there. I'll make sure this link is available. Yeah, it doesn't. It's just got a tag Lucky LZ. It's called, I can't pronounce it actually. It's Ponerine Multicam. Okay, so that's what you need. You need to get hold of that. But it's not like it's not on the Play Store. I couldn't see it on the Play Store. You have to download this and you have to know how to install an APK. So basically, you copy the APK, you drop it onto your phone, and you install it. That's all you have to do. Now, obviously, you need to have the Wi-Fi set up first of all. That's very, very important. So let's go back to this other camera, which I believe was 4. Yeah, here we go. Right. So now, if you can see this, let me see if I can do this. So you can see this, right? You can see now. I've already set them up, right? So what you do is when you first set them up, let me just show you this so you can actually see the way you set this up. Let me go back. So bear with me a second, sorry. Right, okay, 5 devices. Right, yes, okay, I'll log in security stuff. Right, so you can see on here, I've got 5 cameras. Now 5 cameras, remember, the Brahma can do 6 cameras in a rig. But if you want the vertical cam, the bottom one is missing because it's a bottom mount, okay? Yeah, so it's a bottom mount, but I like that, and I'm going to show you. So basically, what would happen? I'm moving away from the subject just for a second. If you're going to have that camera there, and you're going to have 5, you've obviously got a big nadir. Like it's like one of those $15,000 jaunt systems. Okay, you've got the big circle at bottom. But if you get your phone, take a picture from the camera, and then store that. So when you come and do your stitching, you just chuck that picture in there, and it'll get rid of that. That's the plan. Okay. I've got 5 cameras, so I'm putting up and all the way around, but I get nice vertical stitching. Anyway, let's get back to this. Right, so I've got my 5 cameras. Now you can see these are the IP addresses. Now once it's set the IP addresses, it keeps them. So there's more information about it, okay? Right, so you need these IP addresses, okay? Right, now we go back over to the other app. Right, so we're back on here. Now I've already set these up, but I'm going to show you how you do it. What you would do is, before you connect, if you tick on this, right, it comes up camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, etc. So you would then enter, make sure the camera's enabled. Now I don't actually know why I've got preview on. I think I'll actually turn that off actually. That's right. But you can see in here, so let's get a bit closer. Right. Hopefully you can see there's IP address and the camera name, okay? And then apply. Okay? Now, and you do that for all the 5 or 6 cameras, however many you've got in there. So now once you've got that all set up, so I'll keep moving this camera. Once you've got that all set up, you'll notice at the bottom, there's 3 buttons on here. Okay? One says connect. So if I press connect, okay, hopefully you can see all this. Okay? Can you see it all change? It's a bit green. So these text is a bit green. Okay? So it's hard to see actually. But that's now telling me the battery level and saying ready. Okay? Now, what I want to do now is I want to start them all at the same time. So let me just move this out of the way. Okay, right, if you watch the cameras and I press record, can you see that? They've all now started. Yeah? Now, the good thing is you can go anywhere with this system now. Right, now that's actually now recording. Now, if you want to do sync, another cool thing, you can press the buzzer. Now they've all recorded that sound. Now I haven't tested this yet, but I know it's going to work. So they've all now recorded that sound, so the stitcher will have a perfect sound position, a tone that it can set them all to. But also, don't forget, they did almost start all at the same time. But remember, it's unlikely they all started at the same time. So now I've got that, and that's recording away. So I could say, okay, well, I want to stop that now. Yeah, they're all stopped. Now I can just leave them on there, and if I've got another scene, I want to move the camera or whatever, just leave them on, because you don't want to keep turning them on and off now, because they're all connected to the Wi-Fi. Because you saw it took about 20 seconds to actually connect to the Wi-Fi. But I could be out in the middle of nowhere this is very important. This works okay because it's using the Wi-Fi hotspot on here. It won't set up a Wi-Fi hotspot if you can't connect even to the slowest data plan. Okay, now it's not going to use data because it's transferring data from there to the phone. Okay, So, but it does need, just because I'm hoping there's a Wi-Fi hotspot you can set up, more of a network system, so you don't need to have the data. But I think at the moment you still need that. But so you need to have a signal. That's the only thing at the moment. But having said that, it's not many places these days where you don't get a data signal. So that now works. Now I've got my phone. Now the key thing about all this is that I also have got, in fact, let me just go and find my software just for a second so you can see, because people have asked about my mobile software. Let me see. Hang on. Sorry, bear with me a second. I should pop this up straight away. There we go. Right, let's go back onto here. Right, so you can see here I've got a experiences. This is my mobile app at the moment. Now it's work in progress. Okay, so it's you need a button, a clicker. You need one of these clickers, but it kind of works by does it show you in the video? Oh yeah, I get on with it.
Top, you have the main buttons at the
yeah, so here's a display so you can view and upload this. Go and have a look and you can see. Let me just see if
stop that.
That's playing.
Okay,
so similar. So but you've got this little control
so you
panel.
can see my panel at the bottom.
You see this little purple dot?
Let
me just turn that sound down. If you see that purple dot as you're moving around, when it hovers over something, if you press the clicker, okay, it will work. Now you can use a clicker, you can use one of these. You can use even, you know, on the headphones, a button on the headphone, you can do that. It's not perfect because but the system's in place. It does work. I will, when I get a chance, I'm going to go back and do some more work on it. But it does other things. It'll do 360 pictures. It'll do 360 videos. It's got a cinema. It's also, the idea originally was that, in fact, if you see from here, the idea was to be able to bunch together experiences. So for example, a marketing pack. So it'll download a few pictures and a couple of videos for advertising, and then you'd enter a code and it downloads to your phone. So that was the concept. I'm still working on that. So it's kind of there, but I've not actually done any yet as such. So it's still work in progress. Now, what I'm going to do with this software is I'm going to hopefully do the same thing as this is doing. Okay, because the guy's done is made it open. It's just a few scripts basically. So I'm going to try and emulate the same functionality, okay, as this, and put it within my app so that you can use it literally to record. And there's a load more stuff I don't want to talk about yet until I can actually do it. But in the meantime, okay, just go to this site, download this app, okay, and everything will be good. All right. So yes, they've stopped recording. That's fine. So hopefully that's interested certain people. And you can now see. So what we have now is, if you obviously build this yourself, we have a 325-ish to 350, depending on how much you pay for the cameras, rig using the Xiaomi Yi's with 1600 by 1200 displays. Okay, really good quality, really good quality. There is a thing about tweaking the lenses. Okay, there is a thing about tweaking the lenses, which is probably useful. And you can build for that price. You can build now. You can build yourself a really good rig. You don't need to go. I mean, don't get me wrong. The GoPro's amazing, but come on. I mean, I couldn't. £1,600. So say I want 2 or 3 of these, and I want to go out on a job for 4, 5, 6 grand. It's a ridiculous amount of money. £350. Okay, and now this one's probably even cheaper now because it's only got 5 cameras. So I suppose the next big thing would be the software. Now, as you were, I bought a copy of Color, Color.com, whatever, Auto Pano video software, which is really, really good, and I'm very, very pleased with it. It was a hell of a lot of money. I mean, you know, as I said before, I can afford it, but it's like, I'm not professional, okay? I'm not making any money out of these videos, so there's a lot of money for me to spend on something now, you know. So there may be. Now, I had someone today, he's been Facebook messaging me. I'll have to come back to you on this if this actually works. But there's this site. In fact, I'll do it. I'm just going to tell you about this. It's got on Facebook, okay, and it's called the Hub 360. Now he's working on this. It's a group of people actually, and the idea was that you'd be able to chuck your files onto here, and it stitched them, and store them. Now, if this works, that will get around the whole software issue. So I'm going to test this. At the moment, I'm going to carry on using colour because there's lots of, and probably it's worth mentioning. If you look back at the live, in fact, let me just go and grab that just to remind people, because some people might not have seen this. I do want to remind people so people know what I'm actually working on, and I'm now hoping I can do this with. Got me over in it. Let's try and get some money. Okay. Right. So as you can see, this is my live rigs. Now it's actually using. If you see, let me just go forward to a bit where you see me waving. No, is it that bit? Yeah. So you can see these are the live cameras, and if it's that rig over there. But I'm hoping we might be able to do something similar with the Xiaomi's. But okay, don't hold it. Yeah. But the potential's massive here. We've even got some hardware to do hardware input in. So that's what I'm looking at. Yes, the stitching, we're working on that. Don't worry about it. Well, that's what we're looking at is real-time live stuff. So the software I'm working on is to do that. So let me stop that now. So my long-term plan is this, but in the meantime, I've got the low-cost rig. Okay, we get that out there now. People have asked about, am I going to sell these? There is a potential, and I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet. At the moment, I don't make any money out of these rigs. Okay, but what I'm thinking of doing is potentially one of two things: is do the rig, get them instead of just being 3D printed, get them made, sell them complete with the screws and everything you need is a little pack, and then include software with it. Okay. The other option is potentially doing a pack with cameras, which I'm kind of not really sure about that. But the only reason for doing that maybe was that when we get the cameras, we set the cameras all up, we put all the software on, so it's literally ready to go using the mobile phone to control them. But also, we'll sort the lens. Some of you probably aware the lens is focused for selfies, like that, but not really necessary for this. But they're quite straightforward. There's plenty of videos out there on how to sort out the focus. So I'm still aiming at the fact that people out there can do this themselves, but I may at some point do this. My concern is they may replace this. Well, I hope they replace it. It's not building a product around. It's a bit tricky. So we'll see. But I might do that later on. It will push the price up. I mean, if you want me to set them all up and everything, it's going to cost money. But hopefully, I'll be news on that soon, sometime next year, early next year. But we'll see how things go. At the moment, just get either my rig, get another rig. There's other rigs out there. But just use the Xiaomi's, okay? And again, this is not having a GoPro. It's just the fact that it's stupid money. I'm sorry, I've got to say it as it is. £300 or £400 for a camera. Yes, the high-end GoPro 4 Black Edition is better than this. Of course it is. It's 400 quid. The rig, this whole rig is only 350 quid. So it's a bit silly. So, but I know they're professionals. They go, oh no, I need. Well, okay, fine. You've got loads of money. Maybe the rest of us haven't. But anyway, so I think these are fantastic. So that's really it. I'll call it a day now. I've waffled on long enough. As I said, if you can go to my Facebook page, VR Experience, and add a like. And also, if you've got one of these rigs or you're interested in the project, can you go here, friend me or like it or whatever, and just keep an eye on this page, because this is where I'm putting everything in. I've got there's another little video of kids using the Oculus Rift with the videos and stuff. So there's quite a lot on here, and I keep it all updated. If you've got a Brahma-6 6-way rig, you want to have a go at the vertical, just order this. This should take me, no it doesn't, but this will take me to the Shapeways page where you can go and you can order this. It's 22 quid. Alright, so £22 gives you the adapter, and all it is it goes underneath, it bolts onto it, and it turns it into that rig, which I actually quite like the idea of. So thanks for your time. Sorry I waffled. Well, that's it. So as I always say, Toodaloo.